Today we are going to talk about one of three theories of prostitution. Now, before we can even begin on the theory, we have to know what prostitution is. Prostitution, in short, is the exchange of sex for money. Now, the most common type of prostitutes that may come to mind are called streetwalkers. These are women who stand on street corners or just walk up and down the street just waiting for their next client. Other types of prostitutes include child and adolescent prostitutes, house prostitutes, and call girls. We have some sort of a distorted image of prostitutions and prostitutes. Typically, they're considered, heavy drug users, emotionally disturbed individuals, and in some shape or form, they're just abnormal and unstable. Now, the three theories of prostitutions include functionalist theory, social psychological theory, which we will be focusing on today, and lastly, oppression, empowerment, and polygamous theories. Now, with the social psychological theory, we are focusing on the social and psychological factors that lead to prostitution. The first is the predisposing factors. These are the unpleasant, traumatizing events or experiences that individuals that goes through, resulting in psychological problems, which later on, pretty much pave way to prostitution. Now, when we think about these factors, we may think of parental neglect, rejection, child abuse, or simply mirroring a mother or a female figure who does prostitution. Now, the second is attracting factors. With popular belief, prostitution means easy money, lots of money, luxurious life. They don't have to worry about anything because of the abundance of money that they're making by selling their body. Pretty much sex sells. Now, the last is precipitating factors. With this, social situations and influences come into play. Now, if an individual is unemployed, they are more likely will result to, prostitution, especially if they have a friend who does it, that encourages them or try to influence them into doing that. Or if they have a pimp or someone who pretty much guides them, pressures them to sell sex. Now, to conclude this, there are two perspectives when it comes to this theory, the sociological perspective and the psychological perspective. With the psychological perspective, psychologists or psychiatrists believes that the predisposing factors are key when it comes to prostitution. Now, with this is when the experiences that are endured leads to emotionally unstable or abnormal condition, or these individuals are just unable to establish a healthy relationship with others. Psychiatrists believe that the psychological abnormality leads to prostitution. So they believe that only people who aren't psychologically normal are prostitutes. Now, on the other hand, sociologists believe otherwise. They believe that the experiences that these individuals endured leads to a strong detachment that they form with themselves and pretty much everyone else that they associate themselves with. They believe that these emotional detachments will result in, detachment from any negative stigma that comes with prostitution. Therefore, it's easier for them to pretty much go into prostitution. In other words, these individuals are immune to the abnormality or the constant abuse that they've had growing up, pretty much, the predisposing factors, which makes it so much easier for them to become prostitutes and disassociate themselves and detach themselves emotionally from the situation that's going on.